All right, we are live. Good afternoon, everyone. I am super excited to introduce to you Anna Reynoso. She is an extraordinary woman. I don't even know where to start, but I will start with this. She has written an incredible, powerful book called Breaking the Glass Ceiling. I'm going to let her tell you who she is, what she does, and then we are going to dive right into what it means to break the glass ceiling. So, welcome. Thank you for stopping
Thank
in today.
you. Thank you for having me. Very excited to be part of this book. So I really am appreciative and grateful that we're able to create something that could be paid forward to other people that might have gone through similar stories. I'm a real estate broker. I own my own company. I'm the founder of Reynoso Real Estate Incorporated. And we have another company coming early next year, 2024, with my two surviving sons and myself that we will be sharing more information about. So I've been doing real estate for 19 plus years. I work with government, development, commercial, residential real estate, done loans with the government, put together the first foreclosure workshop ever in the state of California back in 2009, actually. And so with all that, I mean, I'm a little bit of everything. I'm sure people could see themselves in me here and there with all that I have done. So I'm nobody really special. I'm just a compilation of like what others are, representing, I should say.
So, I personally think you're extraordinary for so many reasons. Um, we were just kind of talking just before we got on this live, and I was telling you that your chapter, you titled it Persevering Butterfly. And I was sharing with you just on so many ways of how I identified with what you wrote. I feel like your chapter is going to make people cry,
Yeah.
but in a good way, but also know that there is hope, there is light, and you have shown that. So, why do you think you named it Persevering Butterfly?
I think my life has been an interesting journey and one that was not really planned. I've come through a lot of obstacles and I've persevered through every single one so far. The butterfly, two meanings. One, I was told by somebody that when I see a butterfly, it's a representation of my kids visiting. And so, and the beauty of a butterfly, how it transforms. And it made sense. I've transformed myself so many times throughout my life. I am not the same person I once was, and I could see each and every stage how I've changed. Yeah. So an evolving, symbol, I guess, is what I would say.
Butterflies are beautiful, magical, and they do, there is something, they say when you see a butterfly, someone's watching over you, someone's guiding
Mm-hmm.
you. So you've shared so many pivotal moments in your journey. What do you think has been the hardest part so far? Without giving too much away, because I really want people to read the book. I really advise that you read this book. But what do you think has
Yeah.
been some of the toughest parts of it?
Two big ones. One, the loss of my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to cry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I can't even talk.
It's okay.
So the loss of my kids.
Do you think that, when we experience
Sorry.
loss, people tend to function differently? Either it
Mm.
fuels them and they want to live, they want to fight, they want to do. And sometimes we're so grief stricken that we don't even know how to breathe.
You
And
know, I guess with how people react or how they handle loss,
Mhm.
I just didn't have the luxury to stop. I don't know how to explain it better, but it's a luxury at this point. And I didn't have it. There was no way. When my parents passed away, I had four little babies that
Mhm.
were depending on me. My kids passed away. I have two young men. They still depend on me. And now I see not just my kids, I see it as hopefully my family, you know. Um, we help each other out, and I definitely don't want to. Yeah, I just want to be there for them, and in the best possible way. I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop living. Um, I don't stop hurting, but I don't stop living. And I just want to, I know that I will be reunited one day. So just having that in my soul, I guess it calms me. So I just celebrate them every day. Anyway, I talk about them every day, no matter who's around me. It's like, oh, well, too bad. You're going to hear it, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's my job as their mom, you know? And so I definitely feel like, you know, carrying on and doing things to celebrate who they were and who they are. I should say are, because I still feel like they're around me. I think that's my job, and I'm excited to, you know, continue that, you know?
You shared in your chapter something that your mom always said to you that you've
Um,
carried through. Can
yeah.
you share that with me?
Yes. She would always tell us, ver, oír y callar. So basically, you could observe, could listen, but you gotta be quiet. And I love that about her. I love that about her. You would never catch her in a gossip moment or he said, she said, nothing. She's just a good listening ear. She would listen to a lot of people, but she never repeated. And I just thought it was so classy of her and the way she carried it. And she was like so warm, beautiful, beautiful soul. And just the fact that she would tell us, like, she set it up. She was like, ver, oír y callar, never repeat what you hear. Just watch, you know, be careful, but don't repeat it.
I love that.
So, yeah.
I love it. So there were 7 siblings, right?
Yes. There's 7 of us. Yes.
How? How was that? Because
They're amazing. It was so fun. My family is amazing. I said it in the book. Oh, I won't say what I said, but I love them to death. We all have our unique, you know, relationship. They're amazing. I love everything about them. They've shown me a lot, you know, good and bad. I've learned a lot from them. I know that we are a fun bunch. We always know how to have a good time. You know, dining room areas became our dancing floor areas, you know, in every dinner. Very funny. And I think the funny side comes from my mom's side. They're so fun to be around. So we just love life, you know, it's just, we celebrate each other and big hearted. All of us are like very transparent, honest, and we try to help each other out. We're always helping whoever's around us. It's just like something our parents passed on, like always just help, like help, help, help. And that's how we all are. And it's, I mean, we have our fights just like any other sibling, you know, and I've learned a lot. So, but definitely love them. They're part of who I am. I am who I am because of them too. So
now, where do you fall in line, oldest to youngest?
the joke in the past, at one point in my life, the joke was that I was the oldest, but I'm not the oldest. I'm the third to the youngest.
Okay.
But it's because I was handling like a lot of documents and paperwork for my parents and going to their appointments and things like that. So, you know, my behavior, the way I acted before was that, like acting as if I was the oldest, you know. But no, I have a beautiful older sister. She definitely has her crown in that spot and she, you know, handles us well. So she's a go-to for me for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you were a homeowner at a very young age.
Oh yeah, I was. So I believe I owned my first home at age 21. I got into a brand new home out in the valley in Lathrop, California. It was really tough, but it was possible and it was exciting and scary all at once. I remember having like 3 jobs at one point just to keep the mortgage, but I did it, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
did. You sure did. You literally broke the glass ceiling. So you have 2 incredible boys you mentioned a little while ago. And you talk about them and what they're doing in life right now. How does that make you feel as a mama?
It feels really good. You know, when they were younger, you look at them like, oh, they would possibly do this or do that. And just kind of, you almost want to put them in a little square as to who they're going to become, but they evolved to be their own person, and they flourished so well. They're big-hearted kids. I mean, what happened to us, and I say us because it wasn't just me, they lost their brothers. It happened to all of us. And I saw how my 21-year-old graduated through COVID, how he became an essential worker going to the grocery store when I was afraid to get out of the house, you know? So
Yeah.
just like the men that they became, he was working out, taking a backpack, going up and down the stairs. Where my youngest, he got an award for the city of Dublin. He got a state assembly certificate because of his character. Like,
Wow.
and that, yeah, that's pretty amazing. And it's like, are you serious? Only like certain amount of kids got it, and he got one. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, we've done a good job, you know? And I say we, because my parents helped me raise them. Their dad also helped raise them, you know, their grandma, you know, cousins, aunts and uncles. So it was like a community thing here. You know, you don't raise children all on your own. It was a community that helped me raise them. So they're good kids. Very proud of them. And the oldest is now getting he got his real estate license. He's going for his master's degree in construction engineering. So
Wow.
he's doing very well. And then my younger son, he's graduating from high school now, and he's an assistant for me in real estate. So, you know, like, they're doing great, and they're good kids. So
It's a close family. So let's talk about, in terms of, why do you think you chose to write in Breaking the Glass Ceiling? What do you think was one
mm,
of the real reasons why you said, hey, yes, you know what? I'm ready to share my story.
the funny thing is, I wasn't ready.
Mm.
The opportunity was presented to me. I didn't think too much about it at first. I was just like, oh yeah. And then when I got into writing it, oh my God, I did not know what I was going to go through writing it. That was, oh, I cried for a whole week straight. Like, as I wrote it, rewrote it, it was heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it like, what I turned in was the lighter version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one that I'm like, okay, they'll be able to stomach this. I'll say it that way. But, you know, I just kept rewriting it, thinking, how is this helpful to anyone reading it? And so I just had to rewrite it to the point where I felt like, okay, this is potentially helpful to somebody reading, you know, because the whole point was to give back, to help somebody else, to help, you know, hopefully connect with somebody out there that might see this as inspiring, to help them in their journey. Just want to be helpful. And I think when it comes from a place of wanting to help, there was no other question than, yes, let's do this.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's almost, we were talking, you were saying earlier that it's like you're unpacking again what you went through. When you're putting it on paper, you're kind of reliving
All
a
of
lot
it.
of those different things. So you're re-experiencing some of the trauma, some of the triggers. And I guess my question would be, how did you get through that? Did you have
Oh,
support?
I did. I had my oldest son read it for me.
Did
I
you?
wanted it. Yeah, I did. I asked him to please read it to make sure I was okay. You know, we had a couple of moments, but he helped me out. He was like, okay, no, that sounds good. Go ahead. You know, I just wanted to get call it the blessing, you know, from a younger perspective too, you know, the younger audience. We just thought that was the most respectful way of presenting everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard, you know, you do relive all those moments, and you rethink how it happened, what happened, and that's hard. So what I could tell you is, this book is also very special because I allowed everybody in to a spot that I don't,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You refer to yourself in this book, it's one of my favorite words, chingona.
I would hope so. You know, you all have your power words, and, you know, your alter personality. I don't know. I just have it as that, like, you know, se bien chingona, you know, that's it. Like, you know, we got this, you know. And I guess when you say that, you just gotta like Like, let's go, let's do this, and it's almost like I won't go after you, but I know how to defend myself, So, it's a force, it's an energy, definitely no harm to anyone. It's just more of like I stand strong.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I love it. When I read that, I was like, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Love
for
it.
sure.
So I waited until today till I had you with me. In regards to the book. So the book is called Breaking the Glass Ceiling for those who are watching, those who are going to rewatch this later. And the book, it has not released. It is currently in pre-sale, which means that you can go to Amazon right now and you can purchase it, and then it will be released to you October 3rd. And even in pre-sale mode, with all the odds and everything that's been going on, this book has already hit bestseller. And I believe the reason why is because it's a group of 21 powerful women who are passionate. That's one way to describe the group. I think we talked about this
yesterday.
Chingonas all the way around, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody kept saying, where are we at? How are we doing? What are the stats? And as you know, I kept saying, data collecting, data collecting. Yep. So today we found out we hit first #1 bestseller in spiritual growth, which I thought was incredible. And then I found out around noon that we had hit 6 more best-selling categories.
Oh my goodness.
So from #1 to hot new release. And I thought, wow, what a great accomplishment, and what a better way to celebrate it than with you. So I wanted to share with you the categories. So #1, hot new release in women's personal spiritual growth. #2, bestseller in women's personal spiritual growth. #1, hot new release in personal growth.
Wow.
#9, bestseller in personal growth. #8, and this one stuck out to me for a few reasons. #8, bestseller in cultural and regional biographies.
Love it.
#5, hot new release in cultural regional biographies. Wow. And then most recently we hit a new one. So I think we have 7 best-selling categories right now.
Wow.
Well, congratulations to you.
To us. Yes. Thank you.
But you know why the cultural one stuck out to me? Because all the women in the book, Latinas. Mm-hmm. And we talked about this from day one, breaking the glass ceiling, sharing the adversities, sharing the stigmas that are put upon us. And I thought, wow, we did that.
Absolutely.
So you have something to celebrate. You have something to celebrate with your boys, with your siblings, and just with the entire group of women. What an accomplishment. And it's only in pre-sales. So imagine if everybody continues to buy this book, support this book, push this momentum, how many women we can continue to influence to break the glass ceiling.
Absolutely.
To overcome some of those things. So I thought, yes, awesome.
Thank you. I'm excited.
So what is one thing that you want the people who are watching right now, the people who are hearing you, what is one thing that you hope happens from you sharing your story in this book publicly to 13 countries?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that you're not alone. In whatever struggle you're going through, I think there's somebody that they could connect to in this book that might help them through that struggle, and maybe a strategy, a thought, something they'll get their aha moment reading it. And I'm looking for more. So I'm excited to read the chapters too. And I think overall is just don't give up.
Yeah.
Because believe me, I wanted to. I just don't do it. Just keep going.
I love it. So in order for people to continue to follow your journey, what is the best way for them to find you?
There's 2 ways, I think. So Instagram, Ana Lilia Reynoso Munoz. I put my whole Mexican name. but I've been hacked. So, and just in case, I have a website is Reynoso, REINC.com. So that's my business site. But either way, they could follow, and I'm hoping to be out there a little bit more and more engaged with the community now that I'm feeling better. So.
Well, I want to say thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being such an example of leadership and power, that force that, you had every reason to just say, I'm done and quit, but you didn't. So I think as women and men who read this book, they're really going to find a lot of the things that I found: inspiration, truth, so many different things that make this is the power of why we write, why we share, because we want to give men and women that gift to know that they're not alone, like you said.
Yep.
So thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
And everyone get the book.
Yes.
Read her story, The Persevering Butterfly, because that is exactly what she is.
Thank you, Hannah. Appreciate you. See you soon. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.